Good morning, and thank you for being here today. My name is Dr. Dwayne Apt, and I am the Chief Safety and Human Relations Officer for Worcester County Public Schools. The purpose of today's press conference is to address the facts and circumstances surrounding a recent threat at Berlin Intermediate School. Standing behind me today are Chief of Berlin Police Department Arnold Downing, Worcester County State's Attorney Chris Heiser, Worcester County Sheriff Matthew Christofoli, and Worcester County Public School Superintendent Mr. Luke Taylor. Statements will be made on the details of the case that we will be able to share with you today. Due to the ongoing nature of the investigation, details of the case will be limited. I respectfully ask that you allow everyone to speak and hold any questions until all the statements have been made. Following the statements, a few questions may be asked, time permitting. You will first hear from Worcester County Sheriff Matthew Christofoli.
Good morning, everyone, and we thank you for being here. On June 1st of 2022, our school resource deputies at Berlin Intermediate School were informed by school faculty about a specific threat made by a 13-year-old female against a classmate. Preliminary investigation revealed that a verbal altercation had occurred between the parties on social media days earlier, resulting in the female student posting a photograph of a knife on Snapchat along with statements indicating her intent to stab the classmate. In speaking with witnesses, our school resource deputies learned that the female student had in fact brought a knife to school with her on June 1st and had asked another student to hide it near the wood line of the school so that she could stab the classmate during recess. Before the knife could be hidden, several other students overheard the conversation and immediately reported the information to faculty members, who immediately contacted our school deputies. Our deputies recovered a fixed blade kitchen knife from the student's backpack and contacted the Worcester County Bureau of Investigation for assistance. Our detectives responded to the scene shortly thereafter and assumed the investigation. They obtained witness statements from school administrators, students, and parents. Both juvenile suspects confessed to their involvement in the plot. Our detectives also recovered additional evidence, including the suspect's cell phone, and the investigation is ongoing at this time. In consultation with the Office of the State's Attorney, our investigators applied for the following charges against each suspect to be adjudicated in juvenile court: conspiracy to commit murder in the first degree, attempted assault in the first degree, conspiracy to commit assault in the first degree, reckless endangerment, concealed dangerous weapon, and possession of a dangerous weapon on school property. No hearing dates have been scheduled at this time. Through the combined efforts of the Worcester County Sheriff's Office, the Worcester County Bureau of Investigation, the Worcester County State's Attorney's Office, and both the students and staff at the Worcester County Public Schools, we have averted potentially a tragic incident. Furthermore, I can confidently state that there is currently no active threat at Berlin Intermediate School or any other school in Worcester County at this time. The swift action taken by all of our partners who work on a daily basis to ensure the safety of our children and school staff is to be commended.
You will now hear a statement from Worcester County Public School Superintendent Mr. Luke Taylor.
Thank you, Dr. App, and good morning, and I too welcome you here this morning. I am Superintendent of Schools here in Worcester County, Lou Taylor, and we are here first and foremost today to honor the bravery of several of our students who prevented what otherwise could have been a tragic event at Berlin Intermediate School and for our entire school system. These heroic students went to trusted adults in the school to report what they knew of the pending threat that Sheriff Crisafulli just described. Our school officials immediately jumped into action and contacted the appropriate authorities who have been incredible partners to us throughout this ongoing investigation. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Sheriff Crisafulli and his entire team, as well as State's Attorney Chris Heiser and her team for their cooperation as we navigated through this uncharted territory. Speaking on behalf of the school system, I know I can speak for all the agencies standing with me today that we prevented, and I want to reiterate to all of you today that there is no current threat at Berlin Intermediate School or any other school in Worcester County at this time. We are very fortunate and grateful to stand before you and say those words. In terms of this incident, our safety practices and protocols were effective, and the importance we place on fostering trusting relationships with our students has paid dividends in terms of school safety. While we acknowledge that there are always more work to be done, I am so very proud to say that the system works. See something, hear something, say something. It does work. And our standing before you today is evidence of just that. Moving forward, we know that this announcement will cause some anxiety and concern in our school system community, especially considering the tragic event that happened recently in Texas. In light of that, our school system has coordinated with local partner agencies to make counseling and other resources available to both students and staff, both at Berlin Intermediate School and across our entire county. We encourage those touched by this incident to seek out and take advantage of those resources. As we continue to stress to both our students and staff and community, please, please continue to partner with us. As you've witnessed here today, speaking out with concerns or suspicions can truly be life-saving. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to open it up for any questions the media might have for Superintendent Taylor or for Sheriff Crisafulli.
– 13 years old and 12 years old. The suspect is 13 years old, and the other student involved is 12 years old.
To the best of our knowledge, as soon as we found out that day that there was a knife available, our administrative staff took immediate action. I'm not 100% sure of that, and plus that's under investigation, so I wouldn't be able to give you an exact time. I'm sorry. Since it's under investigation, it's hard for us to give factual information like that out because we've been directed by the state's attorney and other agencies who are doing the investigation that things are under investigation, and a lot of factual information cannot be shared at this time. Yes. Yes, sir. I am not 100% sure that that's been investigated by the school and by the agencies who are doing the investigation. Excuse me? No, I do not at this time.
Thank you all for coming today. As we conclude, I would like to remind everyone that while public safety and open and honest communication with our community are our goals, we ask for privacy for the families and the children involved. The challenges that they face in coping with an event like this are significant. And we acknowledge that moving forward in a healthy fashion will be considerably easier without the spotlight of media attention. You may remain in this room to complete any stand-ups or packing up your equipment, and if you intend to go to get beef